We live in a world that praises comfort. We're told to seek ease, to avoid pain, and to escape discomfort at all costs. Everything, from our beds to our phones, is designed to make our lives more pleasurable and easier. But here is the brutal truth. It is comfort that is making you mentally weak. While modern life feeds your need for quick relief, ancient wisdom, especially from Marcus Aurelius, teaches the very opposite. He spoke not of chasing pleasure or escaping hardship, but of mastering your mind, embracing discipline, accepting pain, and becoming stronger through the fire of adversity. In his journal, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This quote is more than inspiring. It is a call to responsibility. It forces us to face a painful truth. Most of our suffering comes not from the world, but from our own reactions to it. If you can control your mind, no circumstance can control you. But here lies the problem. Most people today cannot even go a single hour without becoming distracted, anxious, angry, or mentally overwhelmed. Why? Because we have been taught to chase emotional comfort, validation, and approval from everyone and everything around us. That is why this video matters. Because you are not here to be soft or sensitive to every little discomfort. You are here to become mentally unshakable, to master your inner world as Marcus Aurelius did. And that is exactly what we will explore in this video. We are going to break down 6 brutal but freeing truths, taken straight from the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, that will rewire how you react, how you feel, and how you think about the world around you. These truths are not meant to make you feel good. They are meant to wake you up, to push you into growth, and to challenge your beliefs. Each of these truths will feel like medicine to the soul, but also like a punch to the ego. By the end of this video, you will not only understand Marcus Aurelius more deeply, you will feel more in control, calmer, and stronger in your life. So, do not just sit back and watch. Really listen, let this hit you, and reflect. If something feels uncomfortable to hear, that is probably the part you need most. Before we start, I want to tell you this. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are just untrained. And today, we train. So, like this video. Leave a comment with your affirmations and thoughts. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe to the channel if you want more Stoic wisdom and mental strength training. And most importantly, do not skip any part of this video. Let us begin. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I'm ready to rewire my mind. Nobody owes you anything, and that's freedom. One of the most freeing but hardest truths that Marcus Aurelius teaches us is this: do not waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Now, let us translate that into your everyday struggle. Stop expecting people to meet your needs, understand your pain, or treat you fairly. They do not have to. We are raised with this idea that people should behave a certain way toward us. They should love us. They should respect us. They should understand when we are going through something. But Marcus Aurelius would ask you, why are you depending on other people's behavior to find peace? Why are you giving your emotional stability away to their actions or inactions? Most of our disappointment in life comes not from life itself, but from our expectations of how others should treat us. When you release this expectation, something strange happens. You stop needing to be understood and you stop trying to control everyone. You start focusing on one thing, your own character. Instead of begging for love, you become loving. Instead of demanding fairness, you become fair. Instead of needing validation, you validate yourself by how you show up every single day. This is not weakness. This is the ultimate form of mental power, to act from your own internal standard, not from emotional reactions to others. Imagine walking into a room full of people who disrespect you or ignore you and still remaining unaffected, calm, and centered. Imagine being overlooked and still being proud of how you carried yourself. That is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Your power lies in not becoming like them if someone disrespects you. You stay honest if someone lies. You remain silent and noble if someone gossips. Why? Because you are not living by their standards. You are living by yours, ones rooted in strength, calm, and discipline. You are no longer a slave to how people treat you. You are now a student of your own behavior. And this is what will truly rewire your mind. The moment you stop expecting anything from others and start demanding more from yourself, that is when your life changes. That is when you become a true Stoic. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments: I just rise above everything. Comfort will kill your potential. In modern life, we are taught to chase comfort. We are told to avoid pain at all costs, take it easy when we are stressed, and rest when we are tired. But here is the Stoic truth from Marcus Aurelius: it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Most people are not truly living. They are hiding in comfort, in excuses, in distractions. They think they are protecting themselves, but in reality, they are slowly dying from the inside out. Comfort is seductive. It whispers, "You've done enough today." It tells you, "You deserve it. Take the easy way out." It shields you from pain, but it also shields you from growth. The hard truth is this: your potential lies on the other side of discomfort. Think about your life right now. Are you comfortable but unfulfilled? Do you feel safe but stuck? Are you doing okay, but deep down you know you could be so much more? That is the price of comfort. Marcus Aurelius did not live a life of luxury even though he was the emperor of Rome. He trained his mind to be stronger than his emotions. He would endure hardship, rise early, and write in his journal every day, not for motivation, but for mastery. He knew that a weak man seeks comfort, but a strong man seeks challenge. He once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." A man who thinks like this does not waste his day in self-pity or laziness. He sees life as a battle, a responsibility, a chance to discipline his body and sharpen his mind. Let us be brutally honest. How many times have you chosen comfort over progress? You skipped the workout. You ignored the hard conversation. You stayed in the toxic relationship because it was easier than facing the truth. And every single time you chose comfort, you killed a piece of your potential. This does not mean you should suffer for no reason. It means you should stop running away from the pain that is required for greatness. Discomfort is your test. It is your coach. It is your friend. And Marcus would tell you, lean into it. Discipline your habits when your emotions scream for comfort. Train your body when your mind says stop. Wake up early. Stay silent when you want to react. Work when nobody is watching. Because every moment you choose discomfort over ease, you are building a new mind. A mind that does not need to be babied. A mind that does not break under pressure. A mind that is capable of greatness, strong and clear. Your growth will never come from what is easy. It comes from sacrifice, from repetition, from silence, from sweat, from resistance, and most of all, from rejecting the soft life that is being sold to you. Remember, comfort is the silent killer. It does not destroy you instantly. It just makes you weak, numb, and disconnected from your purpose. So train yourself to love the hard path, because the hard path creates hard men, and hard men change the world. You are not your emotions. You are the master of them. You have been told to trust your feelings. You have been told that your emotions are your truth. But Marcus Aurelius would disagree strongly. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This is not just ancient philosophy. It is psychological warfare against your worst enemy, your reactive emotional mind. Every time you spiral into anxiety, every time you lash out in anger, every time you feel insulted and take things personally, you are letting emotions rule you like a slave. You are not a slave. The Stoics believe that emotions are natural, but they are not rulers. They are signals, visitors. But the moment you let them take the driver's seat, you have lost your inner control. Let us look at a brutal truth: your emotions are not facts. You might feel like someone disrespected you, but maybe it was your ego. You might feel like the world is against you, but maybe that is your fear talking. You might feel like you cannot handle the pressure, but maybe that is your old story replaying itself. Marcus Aurelius trained himself every single day to question his feelings instead of obeying them blindly. He faced stress, war, betrayal, and deep personal grief. But he did not crumble because he understood this core principle: the mind can observe emotion without becoming it. Let that sink in. You can feel anger and still remain calm. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel sadness and still stay composed. How? By creating space between the emotion and the reaction. That space is your power. In his Meditations, Marcus wrote, "You have to assemble your life yourself action by action and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal as far as possible." What does this mean for you? It means you do not wait to feel ready to take the risk. You do not wait to feel calm before making a hard decision. You do not wait to feel motivated to act. You act regardless of how you feel because your duty, your character, your values, they lead, not your mood. This is what separates the strong from the weak. The strong man controls his inner storm. The weak man becomes it. And if you want to rewire your mind, start here. Every time you feel a strong emotion rise, pause. Breathe. Do not react. Observe. Ask yourself, is this emotion based on truth or ego? Is this helping me grow? What would the disciplined version of me do right now? That reflection turns emotion into wisdom. And wisdom builds mental toughness. You do not need to suppress your emotions or numb them. You just need to own them. Do not let them own you. Here is the truth: you are not angry. You are experiencing anger. You are not sad. You are experiencing sadness. You are not anxious. You are experiencing anxiety. These are temporary. You are not. So let them pass. Like waves. You remain the ocean. Discipline is freedom. Indulgence is slavery. We often hear people say, "I want to be free. I want to do what I want when I want." But what they do not realize is that most of the time, what they want is what keeps them weak. Marcus Aurelius did not see freedom as doing whatever you feel. He saw it as the ability to resist temptation, to control your urges, and to choose what is right over what is easy. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. That is Stoic freedom. Not being free to indulge, but being free from indulgence, free from addiction to pleasure, free from emotional chaos, free from laziness. Because here is the truth most people avoid: indulgence feels good now, but it owns you later. Every time you oversleep, overeat, or overconsume, you feel like you are rewarding yourself, but really you are building chains. Chains of weakness. Chains of shame. Chains of regret. Real freedom is waking up early even when your body begs to stay in bed. It is choosing focus over scrolling, water over soda, silence over emotional outbursts. It is putting in the reps when your mind screams to quit. That is discipline, and that is real power. We think of discipline as a punishment, but Marcus Aurelius would remind you it is a gift. It is the only path to peace. He once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Was I made for this? To snuggle under the blankets and stay warm?" He is not being harsh. He is being real. You were not made to live a soft life. You were made to overcome, grow, struggle, and rise. But if you let comfort dictate your actions, you will never rise above mediocrity. Discipline is saying no to the things that keep you average. Discipline is doing what you said you would do, even when it is hard. Discipline is choosing your future over your feelings. Look around. Most people are physically soft, emotionally reactive, and mentally scattered. Not because they are incapable, but because they lack discipline. They want peace but will not silence the noise. They want success but will not build the habits. They want strength but will not go through the pain. That is not freedom. That is slavery. But when you choose discipline, something inside you starts to change. Your actions become aligned. Your mind becomes sharper. Your identity becomes unshakable. And here is the most important part. Discipline does not just build results, it builds respect for yourself. The kind of respect that no amount of approval or praise from others can replace. Every time you do the hard thing, you tell yourself, I can trust me. And that is real mental toughness. Not motivation, not hype, but trust in your own character. So if you want to master your mind, stop chasing what feels good now. Start building what will feel right forever. Guard your mind like a monk. Train your body like a soldier. Discipline your emotions like a king. And soon you will walk through this world with quiet power. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. Discipline is my path to freedom. Life is short. Most people waste it. One of the hardest truths to accept is this: your time is not unlimited. And yet we live like it is. We let days blur into weeks, into months, into years. We delay our dreams. We scroll endlessly, promising ourselves, I'll start tomorrow. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us with sharp clarity, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you up. We fear death, but we waste life. We live like we will have infinite chances to build something meaningful, repair relationships, or fix our habits. But here is the brutal Stoic truth: you are dying every day. Every second that passes is one you will never get back. And every moment you waste avoiding growth, trapped in fear, or living in regret is stolen from your one shot at existence. Think about how often we say things like, I'll wait for the perfect time. I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll start next year, next month, after this weekend. And while you wait, your potential dries up. Marcus was not being poetic when he wrote those words. He was the emperor of Rome, facing wars, plagues, betrayal, and the death of his own children. And he still made time to act with urgency, grow, and reflect. He understood something that most people avoid: do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you while you live. While it is in your power, be good. Stop assuming you have more time, because that assumption is what steals your life. The Stoic path teaches you to live with meaning, urgency, and presence, not panic, not anxiety, but with a disciplined, focused urgency that says, I don't know how long I have, so I will live with purpose now. You do not need more years. You need more intentional days. Reflect more deeply. Wake up earlier. Do what needs to be done. Say what needs to be said. Because the clock is ticking, and you do not get to choose when it stops. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments: I will not waste my life. The world won't change, but you can. Many of us live in frustration. We get bitter when the world feels unfair. We get angry when people do not change. We get stuck blaming circumstances, the economy, politics, family, everything outside ourselves. But Marcus Aurelius teaches the final and most humbling truth: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Here is what that means. You do not control the past. You do not control other people. You do not control random events, losses, or betrayals. But you control you. And if you keep trying to change the world without changing yourself, you will suffer. This is where most people get stuck. They think the world must be fixed before they can feel peace. But the Stoic path flips it: fix yourself and you will find peace even if the world stays chaotic. This is power. It means you do not need everyone to understand you. You do not need perfect conditions to grow. You do not need the world to be easy or fair. You just need to take full ownership of your choices, your reactions, your mind. Marcus lived in a time of betrayal, violence, and instability. And yet, his journals are filled with self-control, clarity, and calm because he focused on what he could control, his own inner fortress. Let us be honest. Most people today blame everything except themselves. And because they blame, they never change. But you are not here to blame. You are here to build. Build your wisdom. Build your courage. Build your patience. When others lie, you stay truthful. When the world is noisy, you become silent. When others fall apart, you remain grounded. You become the stable one. Not because the world is easy, but because your inner world is strong. So stop wishing the world were different. Start becoming different. You have just walked through 6 brutal truths that Marcus Aurelius himself lived by. And if you have really paid attention, these were not just ideas. They were challenges. Challenges to your emotions, challenges to your ego, challenges to the comfortable life you have been clinging to. Each of these truths requires you to start taking radical responsibility for your life, to stop avoiding, and to stop blaming. And that is exactly what Marcus Aurelius did. Not because he was superhuman, but because he trained himself day after day to act with strength and think with clarity. He did not chase comfort. He built discipline. He did not escape pain. He accepted it. He did not try to fix the world. He fixed himself. And that is your invitation now. Do not let this just be another video that feels inspiring for 5 minutes and fades away. Let this be a new standard, a mental reset for how you move in life. Write down these truths. Reflect on them. Read them every morning. And most of all, live them. This is how you become unshakable. Not through philosophy alone, but through action, through mastery of your mind. Because the pain will come. The world is not going to slow down for you. The pressure will not stop. The disappointments will happen. But you will be ready. You will be disciplined. You will be calm. You will be free. Like this video. Comment below with your affirmations. Share this with someone who is ready for mental strength. Subscribe to the channel if you want more Stoic wisdom every week. Your journey begins now. I want you to drop this final affirmation in the comments. I am training to master my mind.